Today we are in Sainte Anne. We are at Petit Manon Beach to put in our last temperature loggers in the sand. We are looking to see the different temperatures at different depths in the sand. We are here specifically with Jean Mortimer. She's our consultant on this study, and she is guiding a bit how we're going to deploy these temperature loggers, how we're going to retrieve the data, how we're going to analyze this data. We are also here with IBC, which help us as well with the monitoring.
My name is Dr. Jean Mortimer. I am primarily a sea turtle biologist, conservationist, and I've been working in Seychelles since 1981. Hawksbill is a critically endangered species, and Seychelles has some of the biggest populations in the world. It's not that big, but it's a critically endangered species, and Seychelles has some of the best ones, especially in the inner islands, like here, and also in the Amirants group. And then in the southern islands, you get a lot of green turtles, like Aldabra and those islands. And but you get green turtles here too, but very, very few. We want to measure the beach temperature at the level of the turtle nests. And so what we're doing is planting temperature loggers. Then we're also choosing different types of habitat on the beach. So where there's a dense vegetation, that would be one habitat, and then kind of partially shaded will be another habitat, and then open sun will be another habitat. Then we put these loggers in and we leave them, and then come back in a few months and dig them up and download the data. Here's where we put the marker. So I'm just going to mark the point with GPS. And make it exactly 640. So this is the dense vegetation area, and the numbers correspond to the ID numbers of the loggers. The government and the people have both been very tuned into the importance of the environment. In 1994 they really started getting very serious about protecting them, and the turtles have been responding. The turtles have definitely been, where they're protected, their numbers come back. But it takes a while. It can take decades before the population, gets back up. But we can say now that, both green turtles and hawksbills have been going up.
So a bit about the work that we're doing here on Sainte Anne when it comes to sea turtles is the hands-on monitoring. So we send rangers out 2 or 3 times a week to go onto the beaches, look for tracks and see if there are any turtles. We measure out the turtles, their carcass length, their track length, and that information is very critical for us. All of this is entered through an application called Earth Ranger that lets us access that information in close to real time. With that application, we're also able to make some analysis that let us know what are the popular areas that these sea turtles are visiting for their nesting operations. So all of that is a good collaboration, and it fits well with the project that Jean is doing for us to understand the temperature changes that are happening within the nesting areas.
The focus of this study is looking at the temperature in the beach, and so that'll tell us what the conditions are like when the eggs are incubating. And temperature is really important for turtles because temperature determines the sex ratio of the offspring. So if it's very warm, you get more females. If it's cooler, you get more males. With climate change and global warming, we're concerned that you may be feminizing the offspring, more and more females being produced. So we are doing this, partly just to find out the baseline, what is the situation here on our nesting beaches. Are we producing a mixture of males and females? Is it all females?
I think today went really well. We had the help of different people. We had Jean Mortimer, our consultant. We had our SPGA research team. We had IBC to help us, and also from the Marine Academy students, which was really nice as well. We've had a lot of practice now, so it went a bit quicker, a lot more smoother, and we could try out a different method, just a slight different method to see what works best in comparison to the other beaches.
One thing we're doing with this is producing a a guidebook, like a manual, so that the rangers will know how to do this moving forward. So it's all going to be illustrated and explained, and so they don't need me; they can just do it. And that's rangers in the science team, and then over time, see how things are changing, and definitely, it will be interesting scientifically and worth publishing.